And we are live. Welcome to Empowered Kids TV Fireside Talk. Tonight, if you thought there wasn't a manual for parenting, our guest may just surprise you. Welcome to Fireside Talks. We're live every Tuesday. And tonight we're talking a bit about what that real parenting manual would look like if you actually had one. We have an amazing guest joining us today. It's Jacqueline Coe. And Jacqueline is an author, speaker, transformational parenting coach, and mentor. She's also the founder of the Intelligent Parenting Academy, which is an online searchable curriculum of digestible programs that provide new skills, knowledge, and understanding to help guide parents throughout their parenting journey. Jacqueline is passionate about helping parents rediscover their children without the blur of those generational patterns. Jacqueline, welcome to Empowered Kids TV and Fireside Talks.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
I just want to remind everyone that as you go through your talk, we're open for questions and comments so that they can leave questions and comments for you as we go through tonight. And I'm going to hand over to you so that we can dive right in.
Okay, right. I'm going to have a go and see if I can share my screen, and hopefully everyone will be able to see. Applications. Okay, right. I'm going to start this presentation off, and I'd like to be saying to you, I'm sure you've heard of the saying, start as you mean to go on and prepare to succeed. And these statements are never more true before entering into the world of parenting. This presentation is for couples who are deciding to be parents, just about to become parents, and those seasoned parents who want to take their parenting experience to the next level. Welcome to this introduction and overview of this new and unique parenting handbook, The 3 Quick Fixes to Great Parenting ×3. A path of 9 steps that acts as a bridge into a whole new way of parenting, which is robust, appropriate, and capable of supporting lasting transformation within 21st century life and living. I hope you have your free copy of the 9 steps in front of you, because there is a lot of information to share across the 3 series of this new and unique guide. So I have designed this whole experience for you to explore on your own or with me and never get lost. You can download a free copy on this bit.ly link, and it's case sensitive, so I'll leave you a few minutes just to copy that down. So that's bit.ly/capital PHOVERVIEW. So that's the Parenting Handbook Overview. It's a free copy that you can download for yourselves. You can do it after the presentation, that'll be fine. So the reason I've created this overview, because it's so important, because there's just so much information. So if there's a place where you want to stop off to dive deeper into a particular step via a webcast or a podcast, having this full map means when you want to get back on the path again, it's clear what the next step is for you when you want to learn and understand more. So, hi, I'm Jacqueline Coe. I'm a learning and behavioral specialist, parenting expert, and author, and often referred to by my clients as a modern day Nanny McPhee. As the founder of Intelligent Parenting, my work is about empowering parents to be the best that they can be. As a parenting expert, my work has been about researching into one question I've been asking myself for many years, and that is, what can I do to address all the effects of emotional stress, mental pressure, and day-to-day fears that are infiltrating the lives of modern day parents? And then I came across this quote from Eckhart Tolle. When you address the realm of cause, you can then deal with the realm of effect. The answer then became clear: start sharing with parents and parents to be the cause of the problems you are fearing, facing, witnessing, and or experiencing, so you can then start the process of removing this fear, worry, guilt, anxiety, and stress out of your lives. Before we get started, I'd like to share a complete overview of the three series to great parenting and the unique path of 9 steps I have developed as a way of empowering parents to the next level of mastery and success. So, in series one, we're talking about the 3 steps of understanding. In series two, it's the 3 steps of knowledge needed. And in series three, it's the 3 levels of skill required. I haven't got time here to share an introduction to all 9 steps in the 3 series, but I have got time to give a quick introduction and overview of series one, the 3 steps of understanding. So, what we will be covering is step one, an old, outdated parenting model. Step two, it doesn't have to be this way. And step three, there is a different path. So, I'm going to be talking now about series one, the 3 steps of understanding. And that is step one, an old, outdated parenting model. Oh, and it's gone. So now I'm going to be talking about step one, the old outdated parenting model. So, what is the overriding cause of the parental challenges that exist today? So, over my years of research, it's been over 15 years now, I've boiled things down to this. And this is the overriding cause for the parental challenges that exist today. Couples having to work within an old, outdated parenting model of working in the dark, making things up as you go along, not sure if you're doing the right or wrong thing, and hoping things will turn out okay. Not a very inspiring or empowering strategy for any type of success. However, before I can introduce parents to an entirely new and unique approach, it's necessary to first understand why change is so desperately needed by looking at the results that exist within the framework of this old parenting model in today's modern day life and living. So, first, we have in a typical year 1.5 million young people in the UK are bullied. Of these, 145,800, that's 90%, are bullied every day. 22% of 14-year-old girls are self harming, 42% for the under 20s. 14% of students think seriously about attempting suicide. 7% require medical attention for suicide attempts. 25% of under 20s die through suicide. There is also substance abuse, alcohol abuse, food disorders, underage drinking, mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, panic disorders, to name but a few. This is just a small fraction of the destructive behavior children are displaying in physically and emotionally harming themselves and each other in life. Having a child who is vulnerable to any of these destructive behavioral issues is a universal worry for parents, and where feelings of anxiety and fear can come up in their child if their child starts displaying signs of being caught up in any of this this disruptive behavior, where the pressure on parents will start moving up a gear into sleepless nights, feeling anxious, alone, and at the end of their tether if they are no longer able to connect with their child. Alongside all these destructive child behaviors, there is an equally destructive and worrying relationship issue happening between parents, where statistics are showing 52% of the world's marriages are ending in divorce. And these figures are the figures we know about. This doesn't include those who live together and separate, or parents who decide to not even start the parenting journey together. And the pain this separation brings to families and children as parents battle this out. Couples will begin to feel emotionally vulnerable if signs of their relationship breaking down start showing up, where the pressure of this can move things up a gear into sleepless nights, feeling anxious, alone, and at the end of their tether if they are no longer be able to connect with their partner. This is the view parents have around them as they travel the path of this unprepared journey. For seasoned parents who are further along the path, and this is on a sliding scale of intensity, this is the view they have around them. Children's lives are emotionally and physically breaking down. Couples' lives are emotionally and physically breaking down. Family life is emotionally and physically breaking down. With over half the that's the world's marriages are breaking down. It's this same picture that will then start coming into view for parents of younger children as they walk this same path of those who have gone before, where they too will start fearing these same symptoms. And these are symptoms showing up in their child and in their relationship as time ticks by. When we have Then we have those couples with a new baby on the way. This small window of time where there is no turning back as you embark on this new journey together, and unless there is a different choice, fated to follow this same path into the fear of the unknown. Lastly, witnessing all of this, we have couples thinking about starting a family, understandably taking longer to decide if family life is for them. When the view and statistics regarding this old parenting model is producing such a bleak picture. And as the saying goes, and I said this last week as well, but it's always will keep propping up. If you keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same results. So why I said that last week was about an individual question that a parent had, and because you're doing the same thing, you're getting the same result. Now this is on a bigger picture and a bigger view. So if parents continue to keep working in the dark, making things up as they go along, hoping things will turn out okay, then that if that's the state, you keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same results. And these are the results that I'm showing you that this old parenting model is producing. Therefore, it's this cycle of events being created again and again within this old outdated parenting model that needs to be broken in order to effect the change that is needed. And what drives me is knowing that step 2 in series 1, it doesn't have to be this way. Now I would like to dive a little deeper into why preparing to succeed and starting as you mean to go on is key. I'm sure you would agree, to succeed at anything, you need to prepare. If you're baking a cake, if you want to lose weight, if you're taking an exam, or if it's a career choice, parenting is no different. Would an unqualified surgeon rock up at an operating theatre to take the lead and say, okay, I've never done this before. I'm not sure if I will be doing the right or wrong thing. We'll just make it up as we go along and hope everything turns out okay? No. As a parenting expert, I know a parent's role is just as important as a surgeon's regarding the need to prepare. Why? because the role of a surgeon is looking after the life of your body. But from the beginning of life, the most important role of a parent is looking after the delicate day to day well being of a child's body and mind. So, in fact, a parent's role is more than a surgeon's within the seriousness of needing to prepare because you're on it every day. You only with a surgeon, a surgeon only has influence over you whilst you need them because of an illness. As parents, you have an influence which can be pushed into be controlling over your child's mental and emotional health and well-being, as well as their physical health and well-being, which is a huge responsibility when you start to look seriously at your parenting role. And not being prepared can be an immense burden for those parents who want to get it right. As parents would like to, as parents, would you like to succeed at removing parental chaos, guilt, worry, anxiety, pressure, stress, and uncertainty out of your life, along with the day to day fear of not knowing if you're doing the right or wrong thing concerning your child's psychology around the decisions you are making, actions you are taking, and behaviors you are displaying around them? Then this new parenting path is for you. You thought there was no parenting handbook, there is now. And this is about giving parents another choice of preparing to succeed. If you find it difficult living life today, what chance will your children have in you guiding them through theirs? This is a parenting guide into a whole new and unique parenting experience and is for couples just deciding about children to know there is a confident and more empowering choice of designing parenting life how you want it to be. It's for couples with a new baby on the way who want to enter the world of parenting with clarity, confidence, and ease of understanding what they need to know. It's for those seasoned parents who want to take their parenting experience to the next level. Or you can do nothing and by default remain a victim of what this old, outdated parenting model can bring. Which moves me nicely on to series 1, step 3. There is a different path. The details of which moves us on very quickly to series 2 in this path of 9 steps. Series 2 is about the 3 steps of knowledge needed. And so this is moving in. So the first series are the first 3 steps. Series 2 are the next 3. So this is now step 4, the hierarchy of parenting. This is information that will free you from feeling stuck beneath a glass ceiling of feeling emotionally trapped within how things are now. This is the key place where your awareness can change, because once you understand the hierarchy of parenting, you can see where you fit in now and where you would like to be. Um, I'm sure you've never heard or even realized there was a hierarchy of parenting, but through my research, this is what has um, developed, and I've developed an understanding of this, and this is what I'm sharing. Nowhere in the world does it say this, only here now in this parenting handbook. Then we move on to step 5, the Parenting and Family Success Blueprint. This is information that will guide you into a new paradigm of parenting mastery. Now, a new paradigm is a new way of thinking. Now, what this Parenting and Family Success Blueprint is, this is what I call the 7 key, there are 7 key psychological stages to the parenting journey. And once you get what they are, then you can sit back and relax. And then you only need to come up to focus when you and your children are going through one of these psychological stages. Now, what I mean by a psychological stage is that is a stage where um, that you enter with your child, and it's a delicate place because as you train them through the process, for example, the weaning process, you start entering into their psychology, because what is happening at that time is they need to be allowed to make a decision on the types of, for example, the types of food they like, not to learn what they like through what their parents like or dislike. If you see what I mean, it's a very delicate place that you're presenting something to them, and it's up to them, for you to give them the choice of whether they like it or not, and to step back and watch the process. So it's a very complicated time, and it's the time that should be not rushed, and parents should be absolutely on high alert in what they're doing and how they're approaching it. So that's just a quick example of that. So in step 6, this is about how to create an authentic life and career for all the family. This is about discovering why this is crucial, and the skill of understanding how. This is the knowledge that forms the structure of the healing process for this generation, and the understanding for the next. Now, um, creating an authentic life, what I mean by that is creating a meaningful life. If you know how or what the process is of creating a meaningful life, then this starts to flatten out your emotional approach to life. Because if you're on a line of focus of something that you love and something that you enjoy, then you're less likely, it's a learning process of understanding, which is what I'm going to come on to next, the next level of mastering your emotions within life. So that's why that's key, to have an understanding of that. So then it's about moving on to series 3 and the last 3 steps, which is the 3 steps of understanding. And this step 7 is mastering your relationships, mastering your emotions, and mastering your parenting role. These 3 components are the framework of information that will help you create the long-term success, parenting, and family life you are looking for. We are complicated beings. Life is complex. This is all before we go into the realms of relationships, emotions, and parenting and family life. So it's important before you bring children into the world that you are mastering these key areas in life for the sake of your parenting and family success. I also want you to be aware that relationships, parenting, and emotions are all different entities that each exist within a complex matrix of their own. I'm just going to let you sink that in for a minute. So that's relationships, emotions, and parenting are all different entities that exist within a complex matrix of their own. Yet together they make up family life. So if you are not mastering any of this, this is what is going to disrupt family life. This is just a glimpse of how difficult it is to successfully navigate your way through parenting and family life. It takes skill, it needs preparation, It takes knowledge and understanding to truly master the role of parenting. Parenting skill, knowledge, and understanding is something that is learnt independently from everything else. In relation to success, it's a world that takes skill to succeed within, which can only be achieved through the mastery of these three key components. Quite simply, to reach the highest levels of success individually or otherwise, you need to be mastering your relationships through the process of mastering your emotions in order to eventually be mastering your parenting role. Because each is dependent on the other in making this success happen. And the learning ground for all this achievement is within parenting and family life. And as the adults in this whole situation, someone needs to be taking the lead in understanding this. All of which can be achieved through the practices, processes, and programs of intelligent parenting. And there's the website. There's more information on the website about those three key components. I've created the two programs for mastering your relationship and mastering your parenting role. Mastering your emotions. They are up and ready to go. As I say, this is so new. I'm only launching, and this is the introduction to all of this now. So I've created the Mastering Your Relationship program, Mastering Emotions program, the Mastering Your Parenting role. There's 7 key areas. I've written a book on one of the key areas, and I've created a program on one of the levels as well. So I've still got work myself to do on the creation of all those other 5 programs. What I'm doing at the moment is coaching and mentoring through those different through those other different levels that haven't got a program, which I call like a do-it-yourself program, because it's all online. You just sign in and off you go. And but it's neat. The best approach is as a couple. It's not built for individuals. The program's on the it's for couples, so that they can learn together, and then obviously as a family. And the structure of how through my paid programs, as I've just explained about. So, what does intelligent? So the parenting handbook acts as a bridge in crossing the divide from an old way of surviving, the old parenting model, to a new way of thriving, which is this new parenting model. So, who am I in all of this? My work is not, and I emphasize this, not about teaching parents how to be parents. My work is about empowering parents to be the best that they can be. And after 15 years of focused research into the many different key areas of family life, human behavior, relationships, psychology, universal laws, laws of nature, sociology, philosophy, I have done all the hard work for you so you don't have to. I'm presenting the results of this study through my writing and broadcasts, and the structure of how through my paid program. What does intelligent parenting represent? Intelligent parenting is about grounding parents in new and unique principles that will stand the test of time, and sharing new and unique systems, processes, and tools that will empower you to prepare to succeed and allow you to start as you mean to go on from wherever you are right now in your parenting journey. If a child is still just a thought in your mind, you have a new baby on the way, or are seasoned parents where it's not working out too well the way it is, and you would like to find another way. So, this is what parents are saying. Your work is very much needed in this world today. Thank you for you. You work like you work unlike anyone else in your field, which made me choose to work with you. Not only does Jackie have a vast knowledge of babies, but also how to help parents come together as the team. And that is key. That's where I start. Always, always. Um, Children's nowadays need a unique and direct approach. Jackie helped us to see and be able to manage this unique type of approach to parenting. So these are different ways you can get in touch. There's email, Jacket Intelligent Parenting, website. You can join me on social media. As I say, I'm just getting started with this, so I will be, rolling it out in these 4 different social media places: Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also connect with my diary to receive a free 60-minute discovery call if you would like to find out more. Because I've come along, I've hit you with this. I'm sure you weren't expecting it. Um, I'm not about curing anything in this old parenting paradigm, I call it. I'm about creating um, purpose, and being prepared for a new way of parenting. To me, the old way is done. We've got the results, we've got businesses out there creating themselves to help put a plaster on all the problems. But like it came up in the village talk last week, a parent came with a problem, or it was one question, but within that one question there was 5 levels of different problems to unpick. So what happens in this old way of making it up as you go along? You manage and you manage, but if you're not clearing these layers, they build up and build up, and then what happens? You can't cope anymore, and then you need help. But it for that example, the question we were answering, it took 12 years for the parent to reach that point, because the eldest child was 12, before she couldn't cope anymore. So there's 12 years of how she was doing it that got her to that place in the first place that has to be unpicked. What I'm about in this new place is about prevention rather than having to cure, if that all makes sense. So I've thrown a lot at you. I'm sure you weren't expecting this, and so that's why we've got this free discovery call there, which is the link, and you can click through to that. So thank you for listening, and feel free to ask any questions, and I will come out of my screen.
Oh, Jackie, thank you very much. That was, as you said, a lot to throw in our way. But I want to dive a little deeper with you because I think it's one of the things that I love that you shared with us is some of the hard truths about our world and where well-being stands.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it takes parents a little bit back when they hear some of this stats, especially as it relates to children. Like we know adults are struggling with stress, and somehow we've accepted that as the norm. Like we're supposed to be stressed out and we're
No,
supposed to be struggling when it isn't the norm, right?
no.
Um, and so I love that you shared some of that because for me, those are startling statistics that show us that collectively we're going in the wrong direction, and we need to kind of
Yes.
take a pause and figure out what are we doing that we need to address. And so for the parents that have joined us tonight and were listening, who can say, you know what, hands up. We struggle with some of these things. We struggle with how we manage our communication. We struggle with how we manage emotions. As a parent, I know that I might be in the same space where I want to guide my kids, but I'm also struggling with my emotions. So,
Mm,
for those families, where would you say would be the first thing if they could take away one thing from tonight to begin practicing in their home? What is the first thing you would have them do?
Oh gosh. Well, the thing is, it's just like what's happened tonight is just like hitting them up against a brick wall. And I just want to say it's nobody's fault. You know, it is what it is. What I'm doing is organizing things now. It's like, right, okay, we need to stop making up as we go along and we need to get some sort of structure into this. Now, um, it's difficult to say what the first thing is because there is so much. Um, it's those three key components. It's about looking at your relationship individually, as a couple, and as a family too. It's stepping back from it all and just stopping and thinking, right, what is my relationship with myself like? When something happens, what do I do? How do I react to it? Is it fight or flight?
Mm,
Do I get emotional about it? Do I allow somebody else to come in? Do I get dependent and then allow somebody else to come in and take over the situation? It's just becoming aware of you, your relationship with yourself, how you manage yourself, and then you move on to then your relationship with your partner. What does that look like? And then because family life bleeds into
mm,
everything. And what I'm doing is, right, stop, come back. Who are you in this unit? Who are you as a couple in this unit? And who are you as a family in this unit? So that's what I would say regarding the relationship. Because whatever happens, that's all there is. Once you master your relationships, master your emotions, and master your parenting role, you're done. And
mm,
so this is what I'm presenting to you is what needs to be learnt or prepared or understood. So as far as relationships, it's that. So with emotions, it's being aware of your emotions. How emotional are you? Because life is just moving forward in a straight line. And so it's what you're doing in that. Are you up? Are you down? Is it a short up and a short down? You get really hyper and excited, and then you go down. So that's um, manic depressive. You go to the top and then down to the bottom. It's about understanding, first of all, how you're managing your emotions now. But once you understand that, then you know what you're dealing with, because life is on a flat line. Obviously, you life life is life. You can't be on that straight line. You have to, when you're mastering your emotions, you're just tipping over the top and then down. It's like a DNA line. You've got
mm.
a line and then this loop going through it. So when you're mastering emotions, that's what you're doing. So it's about understanding what you're doing at the moment. So if there was a graph with a piece of paper with a straight line across it, how do you react to life? Or do you go up and then down, or do you go along and then you go down and stay there for a long time, and it's hard to come back up from feeling low? And there's a whole world, like I said, a whole matrix of managing and mastering your emotions. But first of all, you've got to become aware of them. And
Beautiful.
then, so the other key area is the mastering your parenting role. And so that's just stepping back and looking at that. So this again is bringing up conscious parenting. It's about, because you are the adults in the situation, the parents. So you have to be mastering this for yourself so you can then understand it and then pass this skill on to your children. It's as
Beautiful.
simple as that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Jackie, thank you so much for joining us tonight and for sharing.
That's okay.
And everybody else who's joined us, I want to say thank you for joining us live. And remember, this is a weekly program, so be sure to join us every week live at Empowered Kids TV Village on Facebook. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.